7 foods and drinks that will disappear from the US because of Trump's tariffs. 1. Tropical produce. Prices of bananas, pineapple, and coconut will increase. These foods don't have a long shelf life, so they can't be stocked in large amounts. They also can't be grown in mass quantities domestically. The US imports 40% of its bananas from Guatemala. The country now faces a 10% reciprocal tariff. Most avocados are imported to the US from Mexico. Grocery stores operate on really tiny margins. They can't handle the 25% tariff imposed on Mexican imports. 2. Seafood. The US imports fish from Chile and Vietnam. Both countries currently face a 10% tariff. Vietnam was initially hit with a tariff of 46%. China now faces a 125% tariff. It is the 7th largest exporter of fish to the US. This doesn't mean the fish is necessarily caught in China. For example, Alaskan cod is purchased from China. The fish is brought there to be frozen. It's processed into fillets and sold back in the US. 3. Coffee. Coffee is already in jeopardy due to climate change. On top of that, coffee lovers may see price increases. Brazil and Colombia face 10% tariffs. These countries supply the US with most of its stock. Switzerland is also a major exporter of coffee. It mostly exports the instant variety. 4. Olive oil. The US purchases olive oil from countries within the EU. Italy and Spain are the biggest exporters. Those countries now face a 10% tariff. Trump decreased them from the initial 20% rate. The US produces only 2% of the olive oil that it consumes. Expanding production would be almost impossible. The 3rd largest source of olive oil imports is Tunisia. It now faces a 10% tariff. 5. Chocolate. Cocoa products are mostly imported from the Ivory Coast. Ghana follows closely in exports. Both countries are currently facing a 10% tariff. Chocolate is the main ingredient of many sweets. They may eventually disappear from the shelves. 6. Nuts. Vietnam is a top exporter of cashews to the US. It has to reach a trade agreement with the US by July 8th. Otherwise, cashews will face a 46% tariff. Macadamia nuts are widely produced in the US. However, a substantial amount is imported from Australia. The country faces a 10% tariff. 7. Alcohol. The tariffs on spirits will hurt the US hospitality industry. These businesses are still recovering from the pandemic. The US imports 20% of its wine from the EU. Many popular cocktails rely on liquor made in Europe. Alcoholic drinks from the EU may face a 200% tariff. This means bars might take cocktails off their menus. Tequila imported from Mexico could also become scarce.